Welcome to Turn to Your Neighbor. This is the Christian Talk Show where we talk about music, movies, the church, social media, and a whole lot more. My name is Cliff, and this is Big Dre. Hold on. There we go. Now you can go for it.
Okay, I'm on mute. That brother had me muted already. It's going to be that type of night. I can tell. What up, Cliff? What up, neighbors? Let me give a quick shout out to BSG in the building, Black Santa Gang. You know what it is. Ho, 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 all that good stuff. I'm back. I'm back. Some of y'all thought y'all got rid of me. I saw the comments. Y'all got no common sense. I'm back. I'm feeling energized. We ready to go out here. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Mac and Angela. I want to shout out Mac and Angela because they did an amazing job on the spot. Like I had not booked anyone ahead of time. At the last minute, I came online. They said, "My people, I am in need. My neighbors, I am in need of service." And God bless
Angela
Mac and
always
Angela
ready to run her mouth
for answering the call.
Angela always ready to run her mouth. I'm not surprised. Hey, let me give a shout out to nothing but God's finest right here. Brother, let me give y'all nothing but the finest in Martinelli's all day long. Hey, send me some bottles for free. Brother, let me tell you how I balled out. Let me tell you how I balled.
All right.
Brother, what you know about the individual size Martinelli bottle? Nothing. You ain't even on
very
this
limited,
level
very limited. I usually get the bigger bottle, but go ahead.
You ain't even on this little Martinelli's. See, I prefer a little individual size bottle. That's what a sophisticated man like myself drinks. But they're hard to find sometimes. They're hard to find.
Or a Christian wino, either one.
Yes.
You just need a brown bag to finish off your look.
Problem is the bottle's done. That's the problem. Okay. Anyway, so brother, I was in there. I was like, I need the finest in Martinelli's because I had already gone through 2 bottles. And I was like, you know what? I need the individual size bottles because we can get the big bottles. The individual size bottles, it don't be working. It don't be working. The individual size, the big size bottles don't be working because the big size bottles, they run out of fizz and it just becomes apple juice and the whole thing wasn't worth it no more. Okay. So I was like, where can I find these at, brother? Where can I find these at? Somebody put me on. They had them by the case down at the Dollar Tree, brother.
Oh,
down at the Dollar Tree. So you know where I was. I was down at the Dollar Tree. Let me tell you something about the Dollar Tree, though. We got 2 Dollar Trees in town. Depending upon which Dollar Tree you go to, it's a totally different experience.
Okay.
The one I went to, I walked inside, and I don't know why the air was so thick. It was muggy. Like, you ever been inside a store? It's just been muggy in the store.
Yes.
Just sticky. Air just sticky. It
felt like COVID. What are you expecting?
The whole thing.
Are you expecting high class ambiance from the Dollar Tree?
The whole thing felt like COVID to me. I'm like, I just knew I was breathing in COVID. Thank God for my mask at the time. I was like, oh, don't touch nothing. I was just looking. And so I went around looking for the finest in Martinelli's. I couldn't find the green bottles. So I went up to a young lady and said, young lady, how you doing? I'm just in here looking for the Martinelli's. She said, oh, yeah. She said, oh, yeah, we just got some in the back. I said, okay. She comes back out with the case of Martinelli's, but you know, she's like, yeah, well, I can just pull one out. How many do you want? I was like, yo, I'll just take the whole case.
Oh, you balled it, huh?
She goes, oh.
Yo, homegirl, I got 12 whole dollars right here, my G. 12 whole
son, I'm not lying.
I'm about to make it rain with my $12.
She literally goes, oh. I was like, yeah, I'm balling. I ain't have my kids or my wife at me, so I was pimping at the time. Nobody to stop me. Just killing them, son. Out here slaying them in the Dollar Tree. I took my whole case with me like a G and just went up there. You know what made me angry? They had to sit there and scan one bottle 12 times. I'm like, you know what it is? It's 12 times 1.
We all know that those registers, you can scan it once and hit the quantity and be done.
No. That is not what was happening.
Well, it is the Dollar Tree, so maybe they don't have the sophistication.
Evidently,
like your Giant or your Walmart or your Kroger, they don't have.
Evidently, the rule was if you buy less than 24 or something like that, or 20 of an item, they have to scan it one by one. And so she takes one bottle out of my bottles and just boop. Boop, 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 boop. And we just sitting there. I'm like, but I felt like a baller with each boop because the price went up and I was cashing out on them. So I bought the bar out. I mean, I got this story worried about that. You know, when you're killing them, you don't even look around. You don't even got to worry. Like, I got this. I know my debit's going to work off this $12 I'm about to put down in here.
The only thing that was missing was her asking for your ID.
Hey, play. I could have balled on him. I was like, hey, ladies, it's all right. It's all right. I know you want to see who I am, who's balling up in here in this Dollar Tree. I tell you what, though, as soon as I hit the car, I put on all the disinfectant because I just felt like COVID in that joint. Just straight. Why is the Dollar Tree muggy? And who still has carpet in their stores? I'm like, y'all need a hard surface in here. This is nasty.
Well, we'll continue with Dollar Tree in a second. But neighbors, what's up to all neighbors? Good to have y'all here. Neighbors that are on Facebook and YouTube. Even if you're watching this on demand, we appreciate you watching. Do me a favor, those of you who are watching, whether it's even live or even on demand, do me a favor and share right now. Share this so we can get some more neighbors hanging out with us up here in the chat, or more neighbors can check out the show on demand at a later time. But do me a favor right now and share. Yeah, Dollar Tree, only thing you should really expect from a Dollar Tree.
Right.
Expect the door to be unlocked, the lights to be on, and the shelves to have something.
Something. Bruh.
Not everything, not what you're looking for, not good quality stuff, just something. That's the only thing you can expect from a Dollar Tree.
This Dollar Tree was worse than Ollie's. Like, I went in there and I thought they had just either been ransacked or they had been raided or something. I'm like, so y'all not gonna even try to keep the stuff on the shelves? It's gonna be on the floor. Like, we just got stuff everywhere. I'm like, You know what it felt like? It felt like a Foreman Mills. I was like, Foreman Mills. I used to love Foreman Mills. When you coming from the country, you went down to Foreman Mills and you ain't got much money. All of a sudden, you got the finest urban fashions for $7.99 a pop. I'm killing them at Foreman Mills.
With all of the crafters and the frugal living people and the business owners that watch this show, we could seriously do a whole show on Dollar Tree.
Oh yeah,
on Dollar Tree finds and stuff to people and all the people, all the neighbors that watch this whole Dollar Tree videos, and people go like, YouTubers, this is what I got from Dollar Tree this week. There's people on here that watch those shows. I'm sure we could do a whole show on the tree.
Angela in the comments talking about she got the finest exquisite Dollar Tree. I don't trust her. No, I don't trust her at all. Anyway, well, I'm sorry. We probably have a whole show this week.
It's all good. It's all good.
People.
And I think if you watch this show or listen to the show, you're used to this banter in the beginning.
just something random. But shout out, like I said, champagne glass with the Martinellis. I've been popping them. It's good stuff. But we're back in it.
Last week the banter was just me recruiting co-hosts. Spur of the moment, and the neighbors came through. I knew the neighbors would come through, and they did.
So somebody says your mother is a Dollar Tree professional.
My sister said, yeah, she is. My mother. So since we all live, I live in Maryland. My brother lives in Virginia. Sister lives in Jersey now, and my parents live in Delaware. Every time my parents come visit us, they do two things. They go to the Dollar Tree, and they go to the Walmart.
The Walmart.
Because, and their word, I quote, there's different stuff at every store. Even when we lived in State College, they would always go to Walmart just to check it out, to see what they could do. Yeah.
There is a certain amount of regionalism, if that's a real word, to the individual stores.
My mom will take two things from the Dollar Tree and craft them together and make it look like something that costs like $20.
There you go. Hey, growing up, I know many a wedding, ceremony and the party afterwards that has been taken care of by the Dollar Tree. Don't trip on it. Before y'all started spending thousands of dollars on these weddings, y'all went down to the Dollar Tree and put something together.
Like centerpieces for weddings, she'll go to Dollar Tree, like do some magic on two things and make a banging centerpiece.
Somebody's homegoing felt extra homey because somebody went down to the Dollar Tree and took care of that. That's all I'm saying.
There you go.
My bottle ran out. I'm back to my water now. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
All right. Before we continue, I want to just give a shout out because this is the last Tuesday of the month. So one last shout out to all the pastors because October is Pastor Appreciation Month. So thank you to all the pastors who labor in the vineyard and serve your members in love and compassion.
Some of y'all jokers, I don't know who made y'all pastors. Y'all signed up online.
This is true. Remember that show we did about the dude who was giving out certificates?
Yeah.
Like you pay like $250, you could be a bishop.
Yep. Yo, If you pay that monthly,
this is a while ago. So only probably the real OG neighbors remember that show.
Real OG. Yo, we gotta play. What's the game we used to play? Call them to the front of the congregation. Somebody we ain't seen in a while.
Oh, yeah. I forgot.
Yeah. We got a couple.
Altar call. We called it altar call. We called
altar call. Yeah. We got a couple joints. We got to dig out the crates on them. The old history.
Couple old bits. Yeah, we should do that. Definitely. I forgot all about it. I'm write that down.
That was actually a good idea.
We could pick an artist and be like, "Where you been, brother?
Where you been,
sister? Ain't heard your music in
forever."
In a month of Sundays, like
a month of Sunday. Do you really know how long a month of Sunday? That's a long time if you ever really think about that. But I'm sorry, go ahead.
That's like 5 weeks, right?
A month,
6 or 4 weeks.
Well, I was thinking, right? See, okay, that's a great question.
Oh, boy.
How do you interpret a month of Sundays? So you say a month.
First of all, it's just the term. It's just black people measurement. That's not.
When you say a month of Sundays, I'm thinking 30 Sundays.
No, a month of
Sundays.
Not 30.
A month of Sundays.
No, a month is 1 month.
Sunday, 2 Sunday, 3 Sunday.
I can't.
You know how long a month of Sundays?
You got me out here trying to calculate black people terms.
Yo,
I'm not engaging.
Hey, in the chat is a month of Sundays. 30 Sundays, which is effectively 30 weeks,
or 4 or 5 Sundays, which is
5 Sundays,
which is 4 Sundays in a month.
Yes. So y'all think on that. I think it's 30 Sundays, but that's why I always thought it was so deep. Wow, a month of Sunday. That's a long time, dog. But anyway,
and now the neighbors asking for Church Members Appreciation Month. When is that?
Church.
When y'all actually contribute to the church.
Yes. If you ain't tithing, you don't get no appreciation certificate. Don't start that. Somebody gonna sign out. See, we done dropped down to 15 listeners just off that one comment.
No, we got 18. We got the YouTube crowd. I'm looking at the
YouTube. Shout out to the YouTube crowd. Who's on YouTube tonight? Shout them out. What's up? I can't see. Okay.
Oh man, see the neighbors even agree with me. I can't believe
Sundays.
5 Sundays.
30 Sundays.
30 Sundays is 30 Sundays.
It's 30 Sundays.
30 Sundays is like a year of Sundays. I mean, more than a year of Sundays. It's like 3 months of Sundays or something.
Yo, this is a good one. Get Paris. That last one was funny. That joint was funny.
Yeah, if you can calculate black people measurements, you deserve a Nobel Prize.
I'll give you that. Yeah, you do.
You're not supposed to really calculate black people measurements. You're just supposed to just go with it.
Like a tench. Just
like when black people say I'm down the street and really you 20 minutes away, that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Oh, don't start me with that.
Yeah, it's the whole thing.
Don't start me with that because I take words literally, and I'll look outside, and if I don't see you, I get upset. That's why I don't wait on nobody. I don't ride with nobody. I don't do it. Hey, never mind. I was about to take us on a deep tangent. Let me tell you this. No, this is churchy stuff. Let me talk about this. Let me talk about this. One of the worst things in my life was going on road trips with the church or anybody else, mostly in my singing group, and try to follow people in the car. Because people don't know how to drive and be the leader, dog.
This is pre Google Maps.
Google Maps. And
yes, I remember those. I
didn't years. Keep up with you, I was lost.
I remember those years.
Yo, man, I hated it. I hated it.
Yes.
Yo, and then they gonna tell me I'm driving slow. No, you driving crazy. I am within 10 miles per hour of the speed limit. You got me going 80 on 80. You know who you are.
Its whole system, it rules
you might be
to that.
They were, you know what? You know what was the biggest insult? They would keep me in the middle because they said I couldn't be on the end because I was driving too slow.
You can't pick it. Exactly. It's whole rules to that system.
They said I was driving too slow. And so they kept me in the middle of the convoy. Bump y'all. I'm still mad about that. I'm grown. I'm still hurt. Some of y'all know who I'm talking about.
Unspoken black people rules.
I love you though.
We could do another show on that.
Yes. Anyway,
all right.
Convoys.
It's okay. We're gonna get to the show. How about that?
I'm good. Let me just take some water. Go ahead, brother.
All right. So first thing I want to do, I want to we don't gotta stay on this long, but I want to give a shout out to Bishop Charles Blake. He is the presiding bishop of the Church of God in Christ worldwide. This brother announced his retirement this past week. Okay. Bishop Blake has been the presiding bishop for 13 years.
Okay.
And I don't know if I grew up in the Church of God in Christ, full disclosure, until you met me. I was always a member of the Church of God in Christ.
Right.
And most people in his position, they don't leave the position until they either A, die, or B, are voted out. And usually you die in this position.
Right.
Some people have lost an election, but usually it's you die. But he said, I'm going to retire and move on and let somebody else take up the mantle. He is still pastoring his church. His church is the West Angeles Church of God in Christ.
Oh, okay.
And so it's in somewhat the hood, but
that's a big church, though, ain't it?
It's a huge church. It's where they did Tyler Perry movies. Not one of them. Yeah, the one. Yeah, well, I could give the plot.
There have been several albums there, several choir albums there.
All the plots are similar, but Judy Christie McAllister goes to his church. Well, that's his minister of music. Okay. Kurt Carr used to go there before he moved to Texas. Magic Johnson goes there. Chris Tucker, Denzel Washington. So a lot of well-known people, but it's a huge church that he's recently built. Pastoring for 13 years. He's been preaching for 64. Wow. I'm sorry, pastor, presiding bishop for 13 years. Preaching for 64. He's been a pastor for 51 years, a bishop for 35 years. And so he's asked the Church of God in Christ General Board to grant him emeritus status. I'm assuming they're going to do that. But props to Bishop Blake. And I'm not, like I said, I ain't been ingrained in the Church of God in Christ a long time, but I can say that he has progressed the church in a lot of ways. Okay. From, getting their money right to different renovations to their Memphis campus, or the facilities they have in Memphis, which is like their headquarters, and to a lot of other things. So, back in the day, he was known as the progressive one. They wear pants in Bishop Blake Church. You wear pants like that was way back in. That was a thing.
Yo, we grew up like COGIC adjacent. It was very interesting. It was a whole different thing. Hey, I was reading on this a little bit, just a couple like postings. Was there controversy surrounding this? Because people are used to someone dying in this position.
Yes.
Like nobody just gives it up. People are like, what's going on?
I don't know what is that controversy, but I mean, the controversy is that there's going to be an election soon. And usually with the election, if I'm wrong, somebody, Church of God in Christ, correct me. The election would happen at the convocation, which would have, not for COVID, would be taking place in November.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure how they're going to do the election now.
I'm about to say they still gonna have
the convocation been canceled. Bishop canceled convocation a while ago.
Okay, good.
So I'm not sure how they're going to do that. I don't know if they have a virtual convocation or what, but at some point there will be an election, and that's a whole deal. All of a sudden you friends with somebody, and now y'all running against each other.
Yeah,
so it's a whole thing.
Yo, Mac is out of control. Mac is out of control already. I don't know if we can say denominations or gangs. Maybe we can.
It's just a figure of speech. Yeah, says Baptist gang here. We hung with COGIC people, but they was too churchy for us.
Yo, Mac, anybody that calls himself a Christian is too churchy for you, but that's okay.
So, I mean, I have a theory that Bishop Blake was like, you know what? This COVID thing is getting out of pocket. I'm gonna just take my rest now and let some younger bishop deal with this, because y'all crazy. I'm telling y'all not to have church, and y'all having church, and y'all just getting crazy. So that's just a fake hypothetical theory,
I understand.
Just for laughs, but
it's a lot happening there. We're gonna see what happens. Hey, anybody who's in the service of the Lord that long, and I don't know if any real controversy surrounding him, God bless him. And this is actually a larger thing in here. We in the church traditionally have not done a good job of allowing people to ascend, and leadership moving over and allowing others to ascend into roles of leadership. Yeah. And so if this is what he is doing in an orderly manner and not having literally to wait until he has passed away, I believe in that. I agree with that. That's a great thing. Yeah. And so if that's what he's doing, hats off to him and congratulations.
So props to Bishop Blake. Thank you for your service to the kingdom of God. All right.
Amen.
Next thing I want to talk about this Michigan pastor.
Okay.
His name is Kenneth Mans. He has been pastoring the Christian Reformed Church for over 30 years.
Okay.
And Pastor Mans recently stepped down on October 11th. He gave his last sermon and walked away from the ministry because of increasing political tension and divisiveness in his church. Simply put, he stepped down because of the church's broad support of President Donald Trump.
Okay.
Church members brought. So the bishop was like, "Y'all here, y'all getting out of pocket. Y'all too crazy with this support." So my man said, "I'm just gonna walk away."
Is that how this works?
That's how it worked with this brother. This brother was like, y'all. Basically, he was like, "I'm tired of this church. This is like
I'm tired of this
like real life. I'm tired of this church, and I'm walking out."
Yo, man. Hey, let's be honest. That brother was just looking for a reason to get out, and this just happened to be the tipping point. I mean, yeah, amen, Pastor. That's true. Amen. Yeah. Do what you feel you gotta do, Pastor. That's wild. Was he the real pastor, like the senior pastor?
He was the senior pastor, and according to him, he says that he has other pastor friends who are experiencing similar sentiments.
Wow.
Like they're members of his church that are just going hardcore for Trump, and it's just getting out of pocket. So pastor's like, I'm Seacrest out.
Yo, this whole thing is wild. I don't even know. Hey, next Tuesday we're gonna be in the middle of some stuff. I don't know what's gonna happen. We'll have to talk about if we doing the show or not.
We doing the show.
Yeah. Because guess what? I just may be ducking covering. I'm batting the hatches where I live at, player. If things don't go a certain way up here, some of these boys are gonna be mad.
I don't think we'll have an answer Tuesday. So we'll have certain states, but we won't have an overall. We might not have certain states called, but
you know what the holdup is gonna be? My state. Because
let's get real. It's always Florida.
It's always Florida. No, what they were saying was
I love Florida, but it's always
Pennsylvania laws are set up. They can't even begin to read the absentee ballots or the ones that were mailed in until the actual election day. Like where some states are already going through.
Yeah,
which would make sense. Which makes all the sense in the world.
Yeah,
if you have them, count them. But no, we are waiting. We are waiting. Yo,
you talking about Terry?
No, Donna Abdullah, because she asked a very good question that I think needs to be answered with a lot of men. But
Donna wants to know, why aren't his pants pulled over his belly? Because that's what you do. I think that's what you do when your stomach is like that.
No.
Okay.
Is this? Oh, don't get me started, because this is actually a real thing in my life.
Okay.
According to it depends on who you are. Mm-hmm. There are certain big boys.
Mm-hmm.
They be sitting there telling me what their waist size is. Mm-hmm. I see, sir. I see your whole belly right now. You are not that waist size. That's the size of underneath your belly. If you want to put your pants to your waist, that waist size ain't getting up over that thing sticking out from over your pants. No.
This is what happened. This is what you look like when the Trump supporters at your church. I'm not saying all Trump supporters, but Trump supporters at your church just get on your nerves, and you just can't handle it no more. You're like, I'm just coming out like this.
What is this profile pic he got here? Like couldn't find.
This is the picture I got from the article. So I could have probably searched for this brother and got a better picture. But I just got the one that was in the article and kept it moving.
Just in a bad place. His brother just in a bad place.
But Terry said we should invite him to the barbecue. So I guess we can put him on the list with that comedian Gary, the white comedian Gary Owen.
Yo, Gary Owen, my guy.
And the guy Ross from Black Panther, who helped the people of Wakanda. You know, the white officer in Black Panther. At the end of the movie, he's in Shuri's fake ship shooting down planes.
Oh yeah. He's with Shield.
Yeah.
He's with Shield. Yeah.
For his contributions to the nation of Wakanda, he has to come to the movie.
That's true. I mean, but they really did bring him back to life. Didn't that brother have a bullet?
No, not Coulson. That brother. Yeah, he got shot and they brought him to Wakanda and they healed him. Yeah.
So I mean, Coulson, yes.
Not Coulson. That Coulson is different. I'm talking about Ross. Everett Ross. Not the guy Coulson was not in Black Panther. The guy Ross who was in Black Panther.
Coulson wasn't in Black Panther?
No. Coulson stopped being in Avengers movies after the first one.
After the first one, you're right. Yes. You're right.
Ross, go! Y'all need to go watch Black Panther. My man just died. Y'all should
rest in peace,
Black Panther.
Brother.
Agent Ross. You don't remember?
Yes. Richard Ball. Thank you.
The man helped save Wakanda, and y'all don't know him. Come on.
I remember his face.
That's our fictional Mecca, and y'all don't know.
Oh, Ross, who flew the Wakanda plane. Yes. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, Matt. Thank you, Matt.
All right, we're gonna move.
We out of control already.
Okay, I know that's why we're gonna move on. So, I was on Instagram the other day,
right?
And John P. Key posted he shared a video from Tasha Cobbs. In the video, Tasha Cobbs was talking about how, because anyone who won a Stellar Award this past year, they were getting their deliveries of actual awards, this past week. So she was hesitant Tasha was talking about how she was hesitant to put up the award because she didn't want to come off as bragging like that. But then she was talking to her assistant, and her assistant was like, you need to, it's okay to share how the Lord has blessed you. You're not bragging, you're sharing how God has blessed. And so that led John P. Key to post his own picture of his awards. I want you to see all these awards here. And I noticed, I'm looking at this and I'm like, okay, that's cool. We got a lot of awards. He's Stellars, I guess as American Music, Soul Train, whatever. And I noticed one glaring omission. What? And so I'm looking, I'm like, okay, I went into like them crime shows. I'm like, let me enhance the image. I'm zooming in, and there's one glaring omission. I don't know if you recognize the award that's missing. I'll give you a hint. It's a major award. It is the Major Music Award. Grammy. I'm like, this can't be real. So I go to Google. John P. Key did you know? So I want to call this segment fake outrage. Okay. Because you know how, it's not real outrage, like you'd be outraged over social injustice or something like that. But so fake outrage is John P. Key has never won a Grammy. Show Up did not win a Grammy.
I can believe it.
Have you heard the Show Up album?
I can believe it.
No.
It depends on what was out this year. Because nobody's
okay.
Go ahead.
You want to know who won the year Show Up came out?
Who?
The Brooklyn Tabernacle Choir.
It's Brooklyn Tab. Like, I don't know what the song was. First of all,
it was best choir. The category was best gospel album by a choir or chorus. And so John P. Key and New Life did not win.
Here's the thing. I hate saying this because I love John P. Key. I'm not surprised.
How are you not surprised? This dude is a legend in gospel. Tell me why you're surprised. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off.
I'm about to say something that's going to be because it's going to make me sound crazy.
Okay.
There are like A levels gospel artists, and there's like A- level and B level. Like John, like A-.
No, but for the longest time, John was an A artist. That's what I'm trying to say. For the longest time, John was it. John was at the top of the game. Before we heard of Kirk Franklin,
right,
and before Fred Hammond left commission, John was at the top as far as like not a group. So like so and so and choir. Like John was at the top of that game.
But wasn't Hez at the same time?
Hez too. Hez and John was at the top of the heap. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
At that time, but wasn't Hez the one though?
It doesn't. I don't know. Hez wasn't the one. No, it not like Kirk.
Yeah, he's great at what he does. I've just always thought of him as. Oh, this sounds so terrible.
It's because you're young. You about to make some young uninformed statement. You about to make some young uninformed statement.
I'm like 2 years younger than you.
I know. Continue what you're saying. Go ahead.
I've always thought of him as the B-side. But he's a consistent B-side. And I think he does so on purpose because he doesn't play the industry games. And he's made that very clear over the years. And he's spoken on that. Especially in this Instagram era, he's like, "Yo, I don't play with a lot of these folks. I don't play nice. I don't kiss butt, for lack of a better term." But I don't know. I'm not surprised. I don't know.
He may not play the industry but I don't know any. You're the first person I ever heard say that he's not like a top level artist.
I don't mean it in that way. He's a top level artist. There's just levels to levels. This is going to be. It's going to see what your answer is on this. But is Fred Hammond the same level as Kirk Franklin?
I think Kirk Franklin's in the class by himself.
And so there's levels to levels. You can be a top artist, but there's just levels to this game. Okay, that's all. That's all I have.
But he's not like a B level. Like,
he's not B. I say he's A minus.
Look at all these awards here. This dude is just like people use the word legend all the time. This dude is a gospel music legend.
But you have to remember
one of the greatest gospel artists of all time.
You have to remember. Onions don't have levels. Onions have layers, not levels. Sorry, I'm reading the comments. If you look at that, what does that signify to you? If you look at those awards, that's gospel recognizing gospel. So, but when you talk about Grammys, that's industry. And they don't really know us over here in gospel. And so that's why I'm not surprised. You understand what I'm saying?
I hear you, but we now live in a world, like let's say this out loud. We live in a world.
Now you got my father saying he's disappointed in me.
we live in a world where Tori Kelly has a gospel Grammy.
Don't say that to me.
And John P. Key does not. Like this. This is the world.
But it actually speaks to what I was saying.
Well, even though we all know, I mean, let's just be real. Tori Kelly, I'm not saying she's not talented, but that came off the strength of the Academy knowing Kirk Franklin was part of her team that created that.
But it also came off the strength of them knowing who Tori Kelly was and her she was a sweetheart, like of the industry at that time. And so, yeah, I when you look at game recognizing game, at least in this gospel thing, I don't think the Grammys are the way we should measure ourselves.
In the gospel music industry? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, I'm sorry.
I understand, but this is the top level of awards. This is like the most prestigious award in music.
Right.
And to have somebody who is one of the greats of a particular genre never to win the most prestigious award in music, this is straight up crazy. As Stephen A. Smith, this is blasphemy.
This is
straight up crazy. God bless the Brooklyn Tabernacle Choir. I don't even know.
Why are you starting problems in Brooklyn?
Because they won over him and the lady who I guess who's attached to the Brooklyn Tabernacle Choir. She has like multiple Grammys. Like, have you ever heard the Show Up album?
Yes.
I
was walking to it today this morning.
And it's not to say it's one of the best overall gospel albums of all time.
All time, yes.
Right? If Aliens came down, it was like, show me your gospel music. Like, you have to hand them Show Up as one of the albums that you handle.
Okay.
Because it touches all different genres of gospel. All the songs, most of the songs are hot. Like, the fact that Show Up never got a Grammy.
Right.
It's crazy. It's just crazy. It's crazy. Because this is my fake outrage.
Once again, I understand what you're saying. I'm just not surprised.
Pastor Key, if you're watching this, if you ever watched it, we will be happy to have you come on the show so we could talk about your greatness as a gospel artist.
Because I think he's one of the greatest. This is where I go out on a limb. I think he's actually one of the greatest gospel vocalists of all time.
Yes.
I think his range and like just off his vocals alone, not even the music he produced, I think John P. Key is one of the greatest gospel vocalists of all time. Especially if you just put men in, if you're just saying men, John P.'s got to be top 5. I will put him top 5.
And let's say cut this up. I'm going to cut this up and tag him.
All right, we tag him.
I'm going to cut this up, post it, and tag him because It's crazy. Because I looked at. I'm telling you, this is my hand to God. I looked at this like, okay, this has got to be. He must have another place with some other awards. Like this must be like the first place.
And you
and he must
Googled
have
it.
like a special. Oh yeah, he must have like a special part in his house for like the prestigious awards for his like 1 or 2 Grammys. No, nothing. It's crazy. And I think like all of the other top people you would say is, if I ask you who were the best in gospel ever in the in the Grammy era, I think they've all won at least one award. Like Kirk Franklin, Mary, Donnie McClurkin, even Ty Tribbett, I think won a Grammy before. Of course, Fred, Hez, no John P. Key.
This is interesting. So he has 7 nominations.
I think it's 9.
Okay.
I think it might be 9.
I am looking to see. Oh, if you go to Grammy.com, it says 8 wins. Oh, it keeps a count up there. 0 wins, 8 nominations. Oh, that's not good. Okay.
Yeah, your father was right. John P. Key helped invent the gospel bangers. He did. Let me just give John P. Key props to all of the Christian kids back in the day. When you first get your car, you want to play Christian music. Back in the day, you ain't have many options, right? You ain't have, because your friends was bumping hip hop, and you didn't have me. You had to bump John P. Key. If you want, back in the day when people would like play their music loud in their cars and stuff,
right?
Like, yeah, like I couldn't bump Walter Hawkins down the street.
Never.
Yeah, you had to.
He was nominated for Show Up.
I know. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to tell. And some Brooklyn Tabernacle Choir album won over Show Up.
I need to see all these because I'm now. Okay, we all right. Let's move on to the next subject because sometimes we get stuck.
I'm gonna have to rage listen to this Brooklyn Tabernacle Choir album, so I could say I've heard it and be mad at it while I'm listening to it that it won over Show Up.
Now I gotta actually go in here and find out who won each year to see. So he got robbed with the Show Up year. We'll give him that off the top. I gotta see the other 8 that he has, the other 7 nominations that he has. Anyway, we're getting stuck. Yes,
Fitz asking Show Up better than Fitz asking Show Up better than Kirk Franklin's God Property album. Okay, so God's Property, I think, has the guy. It's been a long time since I heard that album, so I reserve correction. I guess because we said it's one of the best albums of all time.
Okay.
So
we know that God's Property album is not one of his best albums of all time, though, right?
But he asking is God's Property better than Show Up?
Okay.
So I'm going to say this, but I reserve the right to retract what I'm saying because it's been a long time since I heard God's Property album. God's Property has a higher peak because Stomp is a higher peak than any of the songs on Show Up. But I don't think overall, and I could be wrong, I don't think overall, if you like the collection of songs, I don't think that collection of songs is better than the collection of songs on Show Up.
It doesn't have as much staying power either.
Yeah, it doesn't. I mean, because it got Stomp. Let's be real. Stomp is iconic for what it did and everything. But after Stomp, there's a couple other songs, but I don't think there's the whole collection of songs that you have in Show Up. And Show Up is like hit after hit after hit. He gives you a banger. He gives you the country clapping song. He gives you the Welcome Me, the funeral song. I mean, he gives a song for the kids that's hot.
Yeah, I listen to this album every morning every morning while I walk, at least part of it. So yes, I agree with you there.
Yeah.
All right, brother.
All right, that is my fake outrage. But
you are right. That outrage wasn't so fake, by the way. You heard.
I mean, when I say fake, I mean really in the grand scheme of things in the world, like who wants to be outraged over John P. Key not winning the Grammy? But
that's true.
That's why it's fake because it's not.
There are other things to be mad about.
There's other things to be mad about, but yeah, that's crazy. All right.
No Christmas without you.
The Christmas song was even good.
That song still goes, by the way.
Yes. Got a made up mind and be encouraged. That song.
Yes. No, that's a different song.
Be encouraged when you hear that. When you hear your dad preach, we hear that bass come in on Be Encouraged. Oh, come on.
Okay, that's a different song. All right. He'll Welcome Me goes. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'll give it to you.
Yes. There's and this is a whole nother discussion, but there's only a select group of gospel albums that I've heard that have that many number of songs that you would just listen to. Because this is but this is like one of the early CD songs. But if you had the tape, this is one of the songs you put on tape, and you wouldn't have to fast forward through half the album to get to the songs you like, because a lot of the songs were still good.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
All right. You're gonna be all right.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm cool with it. All right, so I want you to you sent me this video. Check out you and the neighbors check out this prophet that got called out.
Watch this. This is brother. I want your interpretation of this. I need you getting your theologian bag on this one.
I don't even go ahead. All right.
Get your theologian bag on this one, but go ahead and watch this. This joint is interesting.
All right, check this out. So this prophet is prophesying his brother, and his brother kind of calls out the prophet. Listen to this.
Man on the front row, I see something in the spirit. Lift your hands. Lift your hands. I heard the Lord say that I'm getting ready to shift some things for you. Do you hear me tonight? Yes, sir. Can you lift your hands towards heaven? Are you able to lift them? Yes, I want to know what the Lord is telling you. Well, first of all, I see 52. Like, I don't know if that Mary's road was 52. What does that mean to you? I see that in the spirit. 52. What do those numbers mean to you? It's an address I recognize. It's an address you recognize? Yes, sir. The Lord told me to tell you as a sign tonight, there's some unbelief that you have in your spirit because of some hurt that you've been through. You've gone through some things where some people let you down. But as I'm operating in word of knowledge tonight, I don't know why you came here, but the Lord said that this is your hour of visitation. You're going to have to obey God. If not, there shall be a condition that begins to form in your body. I rebuke that, sir. You work in a spirit of divination. I'm not impressed by the supernatural because there are people who work in divination. If that address means anything to you, the Lord gave me that word, sir, now Apostle will have you escorted out. Sir, the devil knows where I live. When Jeremiah in chapter 20, say to the Lord rebuke you. No, sir. No, the blood of Jesus is against you. No, sir. The blood of Jesus is against you. Part of the body? The blood of Jesus is against you. This is unfair to me. There's a flow going on, Apostle, now, and we have to minister to the other people. There's a flow going on right now, Apostle, and we must minister to the other people. God bless you. God bless you. God bless you. Do it well, sir. Y'all clap your hands right now and give God praise. So I'm being thrown. Hallelujah, Jesus. Hallelujah, Jesus. This is witchcraft. Hallelujah, Jesus. Father, we thank you. Jesus, we said for no one. Witchcraft.
Bruh,
wow, that was a lot.
What do you do if you're in that situation? I don't even know what I do. If I'm sitting there watching this back and forth, and I love how he had his bouncer, the apostle, escort, and now the apostle will escort you out.
I would and in the moment, it might be tough to come up with this.
Yeah.
But having the benefit of now seeing this, I would probably try to de-escalate the brother. Okay. Say, okay, brother, we can talk about this later. But
which brother? Who do
you think the brother that's hyped? The brother, the guy on behind the camera.
Who do you think was wrong here?
I don't. Well, I mean, if I call the prophet wrong, I'm saying that what he gave from God was wrong, and I can't say that. I mean, if anyone's ever prophesied to someone at least once or twice, a little bit, I don't know about anybody else, but one of my biggest fears is being wrong.
Right.
Like you don't want to be wrong because number one, you misrepresenting God, and then you come up as a false prophet.
Right.
So, I mean, the brother, the stuff he gave him, it was strong when he says, if you don't do this, something's gonna come to your body. He said something like that, right?
He says I'm going to attack your body.
I mean, that's harsh, but an old saying is it's tight, but it's right. So if it's the truth and God told you to tell him that, then you just obeying what God is saying, what you have to do as a prophet.
Right.
But to de-escalate him, I would just say, okay, brother, I understand. I'll probably say, I'm sorry if you found offensive with what I said. I'll probably say I'm sorry just to calm him down. Even though people say you shouldn't have to apologize for the word of the Lord, I would probably say I'm sorry just to calm him down. And then I would say, can we talk about this later? I have some other people who God wants to speak to. So I promise I will we can talk about this later, but let God say what he has to say to these other people, and then we'll move on.
It was so many levels to this. So first of all, my father did bring up a good point. There's only about 4 people there in the first place.
Social distancing. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Secondly, we are going to get to Sister Girl's Power Ranger boots she got on in the front there. Them white Power Ranger boots she got on.
Okay.
But
okay.
third, this brother, if you actually watch the video, he wasn't holding a camera. I think that camera was on his body. Because if you watch when the prophet came up to him, if you watch his hand, it looks like it covers the like it was touching him.
Okay.
And so watch his hand when he comes in. I think that I don't know what that dude came in here to do, and that's the prophet said. Like, I don't know why you've come here tonight, and so that's an interesting point. Like right there. I think that man had that camera on his body.
So he was looking for trouble.
He was looking for something.
Yeah.
It was the whole thing was interesting.
The whole setup.
Yes, it is the whole thing is very interesting. And the prophet entertained too long. I agree with that. You see, somebody else, please discuss homegirl and the stormtrooper boots at the altar. See, that's my sister.
I think of like that's why.
We go discuss their boots. But yeah, it was an interesting thing. If you're there, right? And you are the apostle or whoever, what do you do in that moment? Like if you're a bystander, if you're part of it, what do you and you're watching this, what do you do?
Let it ride. You just watch, you just sit there and take it. Because the Christian thing to do would be just to pray. But really, a spectacle is before you watch the spectacle.
Right. And because he asked a solid question. It's like, yo, I'm part of the body here. Y'all gonna do me like this?
Yeah.
And it's very interesting because he was never really irate. He was asking some pretty direct questions. And if you really address the wild statement of the devil knows where I live, I'm not impressed you work in divination. Like the devil does know where you live. He ain't saying nothing incorrect there.
So as I was watching this, because I knew something sideways was going to go down, because you wouldn't have said it to me.
I wouldn't have said it to you.
And so I thought when he gave 52-52, I thought he's going to say, well, actually 52-52 was a fake number, and you gave me this whole word that ain't right. Like, I thought it'd be something like that. But then when he's like, I don't receive that or something. Like I don't.
It's interesting. Like, what do you do? Like, I don't know what am I doing? What am I doing?
Yeah.
It's like, and is this? I also wonder what the gentleman, the prophet's position is. Is he a prophet that is beholden to that house, or is he just visiting?
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, because
that's an interesting thing.
Well, I think the way he kind of summoned everyone else to get with that guy, I think he's definitely been there many times before.
Right.
Because I can't imagine if you visit the church for the first time, you know to just summon the leaders of the church like that, or that's his church, one or the other.
Either that or that, because I know the prophets I've seen always travel with somebody.
Oh yeah, they have his crew.
Because he's like, I'm going to call the apostle to take you out. I'm like, oh, so you took your bouncer with you? I'm like, hey man, everybody needs an adjutant, a armor bearer, and so it's interesting. But just a little something interesting. I don't know what I would do, but just something I wanted to see. I know you are a great theologian.
Nowhere near great. I'm out here just trying to learn and live right like everybody else. Derek said he came to flex on one or two theological words he learned in jail.
Yo, Dave. Derek's out of control.
All right. I got one more thing I want to show you.
Me.
So I don't know if you remember You remember my man Mike? If I say Mike Severn, you don't know who I'm talking about, probably.
No.
But if I say Jesus Christ, you know exactly.
Yes.
You know exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, so that dude's name is yes, my guy too. I actually follow him on Facebook because
I know
that brother. No, that brother is out here in the streets ministering. Like he's not just pop blocking. This brother, he is like we played the video. We played the video of him like before him and his crew fixing lunches. Like this dude was out here in the street ministry. So a video surfaced of him doing a baptism, and this is everything you would expect from my man Mike Severn. Jesus Christ! Check out this. I guarantee you have not seen a baptism.
Okay, go ahead.
I guarantee you've not seen a baptism like this. Check it out.
Is there any sin you want to ask God? You want to ask God? You never tell me to tell God. Jesus Christ! I accept you! I accept you! That's my Lord! That's my Savior! And I love you! Into my heart! And from this point!
You're not supposed to repeat that part.
What do we do?
Come on, let's go.
Let's go. So before you go in on this, let me just say, because let's get to the spiritual part. Right? I am happy for this brother. That he went through this open confession of his faith in God. So let's say that before you go out of pocket. I'm really happy for this brother. I don't know who he is, but I'm happy for him, and I celebrate with him on his baptism. Now I'll let you go.
I need you to put Donna Abdullah's last one on the screen because I think that's really where I'm at right now. Is he in a kiddie pool? And does this count?
Yes,
has his name been written in the book of life? And does this count?
Yeah.
Why is he in a full suit? Why is Michael Severn and his whole crew dressed up like Sons of Anarchy extras?
When dudes come at you dressed in vest and jeans and say you want to get baptized, you're gonna get baptized today. Like you're not gonna fight. You about to catch this fresh baptism. Yeah, your mic cut off, man. Your mic cut off. You're gonna catch this fresh baptism today. Your mic still cut off. It's still off. So
can you hear me now?
Yeah, there you go.
You can't threaten somebody into baptism.
I'm not saying he was threatened. I'm just saying it's possible to be intimidated visually. And so you got a bunch of dudes coming at you in their leather vests.
Them brothers got on denim, leather vests, and Timbs.
They look like a biker gang. They're not.
Yes, they look like a biker gang.
But that's cool because we have to be different things to all things to all people. So I like the fact that there's people that minister in suits and there's people that minister looking like that. That's awesome. But it's the contrast of them when what they are and the actual person getting baptized is not in sweats, not in shorts. Brothers in a full suit with a tie. You're gonna catch this baptism today.
Can you get Mac on the screen, please? Mac, you might win an award.
So Mac says you either get down or get laid out in Christ.
In Christ. That's exactly the attitude that's being brought.
Yeah.
They out here trying to win souls by any means necessary.
Exactly.
And I don't know if that's the attitude we want to take, but I guess 99.5 won't do. And he's trying to catch them all. If you look at the very beginning of this clip, Derek James said it most appropriately. He said the fact that he looks surprised by this baptism. Like he was like, oh, wait a minute. How did I get here?
Nobody puts on a suit
to get baptized.
To go to a backyard and expect to get baptized.
Brother, where are they at? Like this whole thing, it looks like a shipping container behind them. This whole thing looks like an extra scene. It is not good. I'm not sure about it.
But here's
the thing.
Awesome when you think about it.
The brother behind the camera split off some great tongues.
Oh, yeah.
When that brother went into his prayer language, I said, oh, no, he's real. Okay. And then, you know what else I just saw? There's a brother in a gray shirt extending hands. So there's some real gospel gangsters in this video.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. I'm telling you. I followed it through on Facebook. This brother's walk is super real.
Brother, there's some oil in this. Yes. You know what? Now that I'm observing this again and again, because the first time I saw it, I refused to watch it because I felt awkward. I thought it was a skit. I was like, this can't be real. Brother, there's some oil in this. There's some oil. I'm on board. This dude's name is now in the book of life.
This I'm telling you, this group of people right here, they are serious about their faith in Christ.
Yo,
it's no joke.
They are definitely riding around. There are about 3 or 4 motorcycles, about 3 or 4 SUVs, because that kiddie pool came out of the back of someone's Suburban, fully inflated. They pulled it out and they just pulled up to a hose and filled it up.
They probably have that at the ready.
They stay ready. If you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. And they stay ready to take your name into the book of life. They said, are you ready to represent Jesus Christ on today?
Nothing will make me happier than to know that they just keep one of these in the back of one of their cars. In case it pops off and you got to baptize somebody.
These players are ready. This is with them at all times. Like, this is the type of dude that's ready to get you right with God immediately. And I think they have it. I feel uncomfortable with the way they were splashing water on him. Something about that makes me feel uncomfortable.
So Angela mentioned why they cover his nose. They cover his nose, put him down, and then he took his hand off his nose as they threw water in his face.
Yo, splashing that grown man with water made me feel uncomfortable.
The whole technique is not what I'm accustomed to. This whole baptism.
Yeah. Let me ask this question though. I got to ask this question. Where do you think, or what do you think, our man Napoleon Dynamite actually planned to do that night?
I don't know.
Like, what were his plans before this happened to him?
Napoleon, I bet he's probably just walking down the street.
Yeah.
And they stopped to talk to him. And next thing you know, you're getting baptized.
Because Napoleon thought he was going to die. He thought he was and in turn, he was given the gift of eternal life.
I got to go to Mike's Facebook page and look and find this video and see if the whole thing is there. I got to go.
Somebody also mentioned it's really dark outside.
Yeah.
And so if they approach his brother in a dimly lit alley and say, yo, what you know about Jesus the Christ? He may have said, today's the day I die. And when he found out he would just had to get baptized, he was happy.
I'll take that over there.
I'll take that. And so I'm not sure if getting baptized under duress, I may have to take back. His name might not be in the book. His name might not be in the book.
That brother is in the book.
I don't know.
Angela said he was going to feed Tina the meat. The llama from Napoleon Dynamite.
I've never actually seen the movie.
Oh.
I've never actually seen the movie.
That's a funny movie. You gotta watch it.
What was wrong with Mac? Don't put Mac. What's wrong? Mac, you're always a step too far. You're always a step too far.
Oh, but props to this brother right here. With open confession of faith.
Guess what? At one point in time, we're all gonna know whether or not this brother is up there. So when we get to the gates, I'm gonna go look for him.
Are you gonna dive with a list of people you wanna figure out?
I'm gonna go look for him. I'm gonna keep that. Hopefully my phone's still gonna work when we get up there. I'm gonna put him in my phone, in my notes. And I'm gonna say, look for the redhead that got baptized by Jesus the Christ.
Oh man!
I tell you what, though, I would like to go to a service run by these guys just to see what the vibes are like.
You gotta check out. I'm telling you, man, these dudes are extremely serious about their walk.
Once again, my sister takes it a step too far, but she's 100% right. There are weirder people that have wandered into my church. Yes, there are. There are, and they have actually turned out to completely give their life over to Christ. And I can tell you some stories. When you say come as you are, we had this brother who was dealing with drug addiction and everything. Like he came straight off the street smelling funky.
Okay.
I mean, in the streets of State Cops, I don't know if he was homeless or he was just partying or what, but it was, I know you're not gonna believe me, but back then it was the music that was drawing him in. And he just came in off the street and he was so messed up. Like we had cloth pews, and whatever he was in, he was a little wet, and he was like, it was getting the pew dirty. And so at first, we had some gangster ushers back there. They're like, yo, play, you gotta go. Yo, you gotta go. You mess up the carpet. But somebody like, nah, leave him here. And they just put a blanket around him. And he got saved that night. And he became a member of our church for years. And he actually would come back and he would talk about how he got blessed there. And the crazy part was, what makes us a little bit nuts, we are majority black church. We really black at that time. It was just this one white boy.
That's cool.
He just came in off the street.
That's cool.
And I think his name was Ben. What's his name? Ben? He turned out to be a good dude. And my pops would know the name. Was that dude's name Ben? But yeah, he was a good guy, man. And he got cleaned up. He started making good money and everything. But yeah, that was wild.
Your dad said they'd hear the organ from the bus station and wander over.
I can tell you more stories because the bus station that our church, Brother Ben. No, Richard, you don't know. I know, Richard, you don't know.
That's fine. What you calling? You gave the first name, Ben. You put brother on it. That's church.
Our church back then was located next to a bus station.
Yeah.
The bus station, we had a large prison. It wasn't maximum security at the time, but when the dudes would get out of prison, they would take them from the prison to the bus station to put them on the bus to let them go wherever they had to go.
Okay.
Depending upon the music and what was popping, the dudes would come from the bus station over to the church. Also, we've had a long-standing prison ministry. And so they would know it was the first time they could ever actually visit the church that they heard the brothers who were coming to visit them came out of, and they would just come right in. And so we've had some times, man. We had some times. We a little bit older and blander now, but we've had some times, player. Indeed.
All right, I'm gonna tell this one related story, and then we can get to your rant. So the church I grew up in is in the hood,
right?
And there's the front door that nobody really used that much.
Okay.
And then there's the back door where the parking lot is. Most people came through the back. In the parking lot was technically the back door, but most people would tell you it's the front door. Anyway, right. But the actual front door with the stained glass, it faces a high-rise apartment in the hoods, almost project level apartment, almost. But high-rise, that building is now condemned, just to give you an idea.
Okay.
There was this one evangelist. Nobody else did. This one evangelist will just go outside and get people coming. She would just pull people off the street. Like, dude could have just bought crack across the street.
Whatever.
And she would just like talk to people, and like it wasn't uncommon. Every other Sunday night, she was pulling somebody in. This one evangelist. Yeah, she was out there fishing. Like,
hey, brother, she said we're gonna get him one way or another.
You about to come get this word.
You're gonna come get this word. You're gonna get this Jesus Christ. Like,
and she was as colorful as my man.
Was she one of those? Was she one of the ones that would cut? One church members that would cuss at you while telling you come get this Jesus?
No.
Okay,
not like that.
Well, I'm about to say we all know church mothers that cuss.
Oh yeah.
Okay, blew my mind. Anyway, but yes,
you have a rant for the people.
Man, the rant that I have is gonna be is a little. It's not a rant. It's just an observation.
But it's gonna turn into a rant. Go for it.
No, it's not a rant. It's just an observation that I have. I've been noticing. I get up early in the morning and I go walk, and I just see. I have never seen more miserable people in my life than people who are walking pets. And my question is, why do y'all have the animals and y'all look so mad walking them? I mean, people just look miserable. I'm out there trying to change my life. So when it's 40-something degrees outside and drizzly and rainy and it's still dark outside, I'm out there getting my hustle on. I'm cool. I got a purpose. I got show up going on in my headphones. That is part of my walking list, by the way. And I'm going. But I just see people walking these pets, and they're so mad at the animals. I'm like, why do you have this pet if you know every day, possibly twice a day, you got to do this? I don't understand. And like, why? And let me follow one other thing really quickly here. Same vein. And I'm going to say this nicely. If your animal can't make the walk and you have to put your animal into a stroller, it might be time to give up the ghost. Jesus might be calling that one home. If you have to put your animal into a stroller and drive it around, it just may be time to let it go. I'm just saying, what kind of quality of life is it really having?
Okay, so this is actually something I can speak to on both.
Okay.
So first, the people who are hate walking the dog, right?
Right.
It's very possible, and I have been one of these people. It's very possible that they're hate walking this dog because another family member wanted the dog.
Right.
Maybe a child family member or a spouse family member, but said family members that wanted the dog are not willing to deal with the upkeep of said dog.
100%.
And I can tell you, I have been there. I have hate walked a dog before.
Yes, and they just
in the cold, letting it outside to pee in the cold.
In the cold. And you just look so miserable.
Yes,
I'm like,
miserable because you didn't want the dog. You told the people that they wasn't going to take care of the dog. They promised you they would, and here they are not taking care of the dog, and now it's on you.
And you knew it was coming.
I understand. I understand those people. I feel them. I know.
Okay, and you're giving me knowledge, and maybe I just didn't.
Maybe. That's likely. That's one explanation. I'm not sure if it's the explanation, but that's one of them.
And then this is what's irking my nerves. Can you put Donna up on the screen real quick? Because this is a real thing. Some people enjoy that. They can treat it like a baby. I was walking, and you know how there are baby holders, and you put the baby on the little baby Bjorn, and you put it on the front of your chest. I think that's a cool invention. When I saw somebody that had one for a dog, it's specifically like a little strap over the shoulder joint, and you put the dog in the hole. I said, we've done too much. We've done way too much, people. And just stop. Just stop. Just stop. That's all I have to say.
Okay, so I do see. Like I feel like I'm a church. I didn't know you was going this way.
Okay,
but I can speak to it. So I could have an explanation for the people who push the cart, dog in the cart. Number one, the dog could be injured. So and I know this because my sister has a dog.
Okay.
And so as a dog uncle, I'm well aware. I'm joking. I'm well aware that it's possible for the animal to be injured and the animal should not be walking.
Okay.
Because of the injury. That's one reason. That's a reason. Another reason is that if you want to confine the dog or you want to control the dog when you're traveling with it. So like you want to go somewhere, you want to take the dog, but you don't want to have to deal with the transport of getting from point A to point B while walking the dog. It's easier to push the dog in the stroller. When you get there, take the dog out the stroller and then put the dog back in the stroller, or you just leave the dog in the stroller. The dog is well behaved enough to just sit in the stroller while you do whatever it is you got to do. And so it's another way to kind of control the dog's movement. I'm just giving explanations. I never had a dog stroller. I'm just saying.
I can't. I'm done.
I'm just saying.
I'm just saying. That's all I'm saying. I'm not gonna go no further because I see what y'all did to Mike Vick, and so y'all care more about dogs than humans, and so I'm gonna be quiet over here. But I'm seeing some ridiculous stuff. But hey, to each their own. It's just some things that have crossed my mind.
I hear you. My preferred animal for the record is a cat because they're independent. Cats are super independent. Nice.
They're evil.
Not all of them. Well, my cat.
See,
We had a cat. So my cat would throw shade at the rest of the family, not me. My cat. I'll tell you two quick stories about my cat. So Annie would like go on a business trip or something,
right?
And so the cat would sleep in the bed with me,
right?
Annie came back one time, like I was in the bed, Annie came home. I'm in the bed, the cat is in the bed. Annie gets along the side of the bed, the cat looks up at Annie and just rolls her eyes like messing this thing. And what you trying to do? You messing this up.
And why you here?
Yeah, exactly. And the second thing, when you remember, I don't know if you remember when Jaden was young, he was real wiry and animated, right? So Jaden just became too much for the cat. It came to a point where if we're in the room and the cat was in the room and Jaden would walk in, the cat would just get down from where she is and walk out. Like she's like, I know this one is more important to me. I don't want none of the smoke. I'm just gonna get down. She would just get down and walk out. Cats are the coolest animal, man.
Oh my goodness. Man. All right. I'm done. That's all I had.
I'm done too.
We will let y'all know whether or not we having a show next week.
I don't know what we're gonna do. That's interesting. We could do a regular show. We could do bootleg pole watching, like we know what we're talking about.
Brother, I am probably gonna. I don't know. We'll
watch my man on CNN struggle with the screen like he does every year. Like, bro,
why is the screen touch not? Why is it so insensitive? The brother's jabbing and dragging. He's jabbing and dragging.
Are you doing? Are you practicing ahead of time? Yo, you having to walk through. Oh,
it's not good. They should have got this fixed by now. Everything's touchscreen. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh man. And you can tell when he's working, he really like touching it because he'll just go in and out of states for no reason.
He knows he's in his zone.
He just showed that same district 2 seconds ago.
2 seconds ago. Oh my God. Anyway.
All right, man. Thank you, neighbors. Want to thank all of y'all for hanging with us today. You can check out this show every Tuesday, 9 p.m. Eastern, right here on Facebook or YouTube, however you're watching live. There are lots of different ways you can check out the show on demand. Go to turntoyourneighbor.com. If you have not done so, make sure you like this page. You should like this video too to get us some more likes. If you haven't liked it, hit the hearts at the bottom. Hit like at the bottom. Come on, boost us up a little bit, please. I only see 5. We had like 13 people watching. That ain't right. that ain't. We had like 20 something at one point. That ain't right. So hit the like at the bottom. Come on, y'all. Want to thank y'all for hanging with us. You go to turntoyourneighbor.com for all different ways you go watch or listen to the show, whether you want to watch on YouTube or check out the podcast. Lots of different ways to check out the show. All right. I think we're good here.
We good. Ariel, all y'all be blessed. Hey, stay sane over this next week. Stay blessed. Whether we see you or not, just stay smart and stay safe. And to go vote.
Cool. All right, y'all. Until next time. Yes. No, seriously. You should. Cool. I'm sorry. It boggles my mind that people just make the conscious decision not to vote. Like that's I can see if you. I'll be here.
Yeah. Let
I can see if you got stuff to do or you forget. But if you just constantly say I'm not voting, I don't get that. That's.
I'm with you.
My mind is not set up to understand that. We got to tell people to have. Never mind. It's a whole thing.
It's a whole. Thing.
It's a whole thing. My goodness. Jesus be a social studies teacher. Were you not paying attention?
Jesus be a social studies teacher. That's real. That's real.
We need him.
We need him.
We need him because stuff people be saying and posting like, oh, good. Did y'all not learn this? And never mind. All right. Until next time, y'all. Take care and be blessed. Peace.